Yes, this is Qiyuan. I'm from Media Corp Chinese News. 我想用华语来提问，就针对3位新人，可不可以请你们谈一下，就是说根据你们自己的经验、你们的专长，然后如果你们进入国会之后，你们会在哪一些个议题、哪一些方面做出你们的贡献？尤其是黄瑞杰先生，您就是曾经担任过金融管理局的局长，那您而且被点名说是可能是未来是部长的人选，那您会特别关注哪一些方面的一些议题 ？Okay, thank you.
Well, I think I mentioned in my opening speech that.
Can you answer in Chinese? Could you please answer in Mandarin?
好，我觉得我们社会的凝聚力是一个很重要的课题，所以我对这方面会相当关注，而且我们在我之前也在教育部服务过，当时呢就是怎样当时就是要拟定政策，怎样使更多的学生能够进入 ITE 我的 Poly 和大学，所以在这方面我觉得这几年的成就是相当不错，不过我们要继续再努力，因为教育是我们以未来的我们的孩子的前途是很重要的。然后你谈到我对金融业以及经济这方面很多年的在这方面的工作过，我也会相当关注这2个课题。谢谢。
我将设法帮助我区内那些比较低收入的居民。然后我们的政府有很多措施帮助中下层的居民，譬如 Comcare Fund、Work Care Fund， 还是我们自己的区内的CCC 援助基金，这样还有通过其他的渠道，譬如说CDAC、Mendaki 来尽量帮助这些比较贫苦的居民。
谢谢您。我在华住社服务了差不多1年的时间，是在我们的这个学生教育发展小组所以我相信我会在教育这方面会比较关注，尤其是在来自于低收入家庭的学生们让他们有一个平台，可以在他们的教育方面加以改进，有更多的机会到比较高的学府来进修。另一方面就是在乐龄方面，我这10年来跟很多比较年长的新加坡人有密切的接触，所以希望也有一个机会把他们的心声带到国会上。谢谢。
Hi, Ling Duan from Zaobao. This is a question for all three. I'm sorry, I'm over here. Yeah, I just like to ask you to share a bit more about your family background and your upbringing, and how you think this is maybe your own personal experience, and how you think this experience can make you empathize more with the general man on the street, and especially to Mr. Alex Yam, because I understand that you actually come from I think a family does business, and you actually did open a business when you were in school and university back in England. So actually I'm quite curious why, after you came back, you actually went to join NTUC. So perhaps you could elaborate more on that later too. Okay, thank you.
Perhaps I'll start with this question. Thank you, Nong Tuan, for the question. My own family background, I'm very thankful for my 2 grandmothers. In a sense, they've molded me to who I am together with my parents. They lived through difficult circumstances. My paternal grandmother had to fend for a family of 6. My grandfather passed away when my father was only 8, and she had to help fend off the banks to preserve the family home, to ensure that my aunts and my father had a good education and to be able to succeed in life. And I think that shows the social mobility that we have in Singapore. For my maternal grandmother, she had to care for 4 children, including my mother. And she worked as a seamstress from home, providing for the family and making sure that they had an adequate education as well. My parents, we started off living in a HDB flat in the Balestier area, and my father slowly built up his business in the property consultancy line. And yes, today we live in a landed property, but that has been through the hard work that my parents have put in to build up to where we are today. As for myself, there was never ever pressure for me to join in the business or to be part of the trade that my father was in. I was always given the opportunity to explore whatever education that I wanted and to work in any field that I felt passionate about. I remember my father only said one thing to me: whatever you choose to do it well. And my dad and mom have always been saying over the years that whatever I do, they'll give me their fullest support, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you very much.
Good. I'm very much a Heartlander. I grew up in a HDB. I'm still staying in the HDB. On the 9th floor is my father. Next to him is my uncle. I'm on the 11th floor. Opposite the block is my auntie. It's the block of flats. A lot of my neighbors are from Old Kampong, from Yio Chu Kang. I've known them for upwards of 20 years. I feel that I can relate to them. We speak Mandarin, Hokkien, Cantonese. I can't speak Malay, but I sometimes pretend to. But I feel that I can connect with the man on the ground because a lot of it is from my upbringing in the Heartlands, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I grew up in a kampong, and when I went to school, the kids came from all different parts of the kampong and different parts of the area, and it was the usual rough and tumble with young children like that. And I had a very good time in school, partly because even at that time, in the 60s and early 70s, I think we had great teachers who had been very dedicated, and I benefited a great deal from them. Like Alex, my maternal grandmother was very fond of me and had a great influence because although she was uneducated, she insisted that all of us have a good education. She insisted that we work hard. And I was fortunate that I was able to get a scholarship, without which I would not have been able to go to a university, certainly not overseas. And I've always felt very grateful for that opportunity. And of course, when I came back, as I mentioned earlier, when I came back to serve in the police, there was a great deal of work with the communities. As to my immediate family, I mean my wife and children, we lived a very normal life, ordinary Singaporeans doing the usual things, and we spent time with our with the grannies and the grandparents, and it's been a very good experience.